Welcome to my channel Digital Challenge Academy with Rimanshu.
All right, listen up. I'm one of the examiners for your upcoming certification, and I want to give you a bit of an insider's look at the practical exam. We're going to focus on the one area where I see candidates, good candidates, consistently lose easy points: printing. My goal here is to drill you on the exact skills you'll need so you can walk in there with total confidence and walk out with a pass.
So are you ready? After grading hundreds, maybe thousands of these exams, I've seen one mistake pop up more than anything else. It's a really simple error, but it's an immediate red flag for us that a candidate just isn't prepared. We're going to make sure you are not that person. And this is it. This is the big one. We'll hand you a nice, clean data set, ask for a printout, and what we get back is, well, it's a mess. You've got columns sliced right in half, maybe the last two rows orphaned on a completely separate page. It's totally unreadable, it's unprofessional, and honestly, it's the fastest way to lose marks right out of the gate. What we need to see is control and precision. So let's get right into your first task. This is the absolute foundation of professional spreadsheet printing, and it's the very first thing we look for: controlling exactly what gets printed on that piece of paper. The core concept here, you have to understand this, is the print range. You are literally telling the software, hey, print these specific cells, and I want you to ignore everything else. That means no little notes you left for yourself in the margins, no extra calculation tables off to the side. You are defining the precise final output. Mastering this isn't optional, it's the first requirement. This whole process needs to become muscle memory for you. I want you to burn this sequence into your mind. Select the data, go to the Format menu, click Print Ranges, and then hit Define. When you're in the exam and the pressure's on, you will not have time to hunt and peck through menus. You need to know this path cold.
And why should you memorize it? Because we put it on the test. A lot. This isn't just some helpful tip I'm giving you. It is a direct heads up that you will almost certainly be tested on your ability to define a print range. If you can master this, you've just banked some very easy points.
Perfect. So now that you've defined what to print, the next task is all about controlling how it actually looks on the page. This is where we test your understanding of layout and professional presentation.
The first, and I mean most, basic layout decision is orientation. It's simple. Does your data have a ton of rows and just a few columns? Use portrait. Does it have a whole bunch of columns stretching way out to the right? Flip it to landscape. Choosing the correct orientation is a fundamental competency check. It shows us you can actually analyze the shape of your data. Now, what if your data is still too big? You'll need to scale it. You have two options here, but in an exam setting, only one of them is a smart choice. Don't sit there guessing with a manual percentage. The pro move, the one that saves you precious time and guarantees a perfect fit, is using that fit print range to width and height option. It tells the software, you do the math. It's efficient, it's exact, and it is what we want to see. Okay, you've set the range and you've scaled it to fit nicely on the page. Now we're down to the final details. This is the professional polish that separates a candidate who just passes from one who gets a really high score. So don't skip this part. And trust me, we absolutely check for this stuff. Headers and footers, that's where you put your name, maybe the date or page numbers. It's critical for keeping documents organized. And grid lines, you know, those subtle gray lines between cells, they make dense tables so much easier to read. These small details, they signal a thorough, professional approach. Now I need you to pay close attention right here because this is a classic exam trap. The software will not do this for you automatically. By default, the grid lines you see on your screen will not print. We are specifically testing whether you remember to go into the settings and physically check that grid box. Forgetting this is just giving away a point for no reason. So, we've covered the three critical tasks for printing. You know how to define your area, you know how to fit it on the page, and you know how to add those professional finishing touches. Let's just run a final check to really lock this all in. So, before you walk into that exam room, one last drill. Which menu contains the print ranges option? If you know the answer instantly, you're ready. If you hesitated even for a second, go back and review this again. Your score depends on it. Good luck.